the circus? Do you like the circus? Do you like the circus?
Enter one, enter all, the circus of the bizarre. Where the lights flash and the lions roar, and there's always a freak show. You know I'm the first on the scene, that's why they call me the Queen.
Big up all ghetto youth who are rich and sweet. All massive and crew, Mission Lucillo just passing through. For real. Tell them Lucillo.
In a matter of years, Perez Hilton has become Hollywood's most influential celebrity critic. Notorious for his insulting demeanor and flamboyant alter ego, Mario Lavandera was unseen and unknown to the public eye just a few years ago. So how exactly was he thrown the queen of all media? How exactly did he end up on VIP lists at the hottest clubs and at the hottest events in Hollywood? I'll let him tell you for himself.
What is your passion about celebrity? Like, how did that start?
Well, I started blogging 5 years ago this month, and it was just a hobby that kind of turned into this other thing. Now it's really so crazy to me that I'm getting 10.5 million readers a day.
A day.
A day, and
wow.
I'm so thankful, and I work really hard, and I love what I do. I find celebrities fascinating because a lot of them are crazy.
Taking a step back, let's look at what history has predicted about our current situation in this new age of technology. In the 1960s, Marshall McLuhan, a renowned communication theorist, once stated that the medium is the message. In all honesty, I can see how this absurd statement has baffled some. Word for word, it argues that mass media supersedes its own content. However, there's a deeper meaning behind his theory. McLuhan was in truth referring to the idea that we, the mass population, tend to focus on the obvious and miss subtle changes that occur in our structural affairs. In other words, bringing back Perez Hilton as our prime example, society is so stuck on his sensational journalism style of gossiping, but unfortunately, we are not seeing the bigger picture of how blogging has affected all media. Because of the sudden growth of the blog culture, it is affecting the conventional methods of how we are used to having media delivered to us. Instead of only having the gatekeepers such as newspapers, radio, and television as our sole source of information, today blogs are creating a democratization of public opinion. As the everyday student, at-home mother, or blue-collar worker, with the introduction of this new blog culture, we become a part of the debate. Therefore, it also makes sense that we become a part of the solution.
Here in Los Angeles, Perez Hilton returns. Celebrity blogger, judge in the Miss USA pageant. He's openly gay and supports gay marriage. In Washington, D.C. is Dennis Prager, conservative radio host of The Dennis Prager Show. He is opposed to gay marriage. We'll start with Dennis. What do you care, Dennis, what people do? Gay people want to get married.
I totally understand it, and in fact, my sympathy is completely with them. It's exactly what one would want. I fully understand. The question in these matters is not, though, what does compassion demand, but what is the definition of marriage? Every religious and non-religious tradition, every major moral thinker in history, not one of them in any tradition has ever advocated for changing the definition of marriage to same-sex. I would like children to be raised to believe that when they grow up, they will get married, and that they are not asked when they are 6 or 7 years old, will you marry a boy or a girl? I think that there is enough sexual confusion in the life of children not to add that. I want gays to have every right. However, redefining marriage is not called for.
Perez, what's wrong with a civil union? No word of marriage, but a civil union.
Why? Well, first of all, I'm talking about civil marriage, not religious marriage, and I should not have to settle for anything less and unequal than what everyone else is getting. You know, marriage has been redefined in the past, and it should be redefined again. Well, in the past, this country...
McLuhan also talked about the medium as being an extension of oneself, which in time enables us to do more than we physically can achieve.
I wanna see what's under
Who's that peeking in my window? You should let some more skin show. And if one of these websites get the info, we could work it out, no Nintendo. I just hit out.
A personal example is the rise to stardom of one of my favorite rappers, Drake. Religiously, every day, I surfed his blog and read up on any updates him or his friends have posted pertaining to his music. Last year on February 13th, I patiently waited until 3 a.m. for them to upload his new mixtape, So Far Gone. The following months, Drake has seen his career skyrocket beyond the stars of Hollywood. From major label bidding wars to Drake's So Far Gone EP selling over 70,000 units in its first week, to me, he's the definition of successful. But once again, we need to step back and look at the bigger picture. Ever since the internet has invaded practically every home in North America, it has been redefining the content of mass media, and the music industry has not been spared. With the introduction of the new trend of peer-to-peer sharing at the beginning of 2000, many record companies thought it was wise for them to fight Napster and other unauthorized file sharing services. On the other hand, this is the essence of what McLuhan meant of us being distracted by the content of the medium and blinding us by the potential of its message. Major record labels did not use the internet to their advantage when they had the chance back in the beginning of the millennium. Instead, through a 23-year-old rapper, we see how he made good use of the internet by giving away his music for free.
Companies like EMI and Sony are going to really struggle against the online world, whose philosophy is that everything is free. It's a Wikipedia world, a YouTube world, a world where just about everyone, everywhere, at any time, can publish their own music instantly and distribute it at the speed of light. And
While record labels were concerned about music piracy being the primary cause of their decline, Drake completely did the opposite, which resulted in him slowly building himself a sincere fan base. The truth is, if fans love the music, they will go out and buy it. And it's also a proven fact that more people today are listening to music than any other time in history. Along with this new wave of changes, the blog culture is generating a powerhouse of new gatekeepers. For example, currently the most accurate site that has anything and everything to do about Drake is on allthingsfresh.net. The website is ran by the rapper's close friend Carla Hustlegirl Moy, a 17-year-old Canadian who takes pride in keeping the rapper's devoted fans up to date. Basically, she's what a PR exec would be doing for Universal, but at 17, she's gradually building her own empire. In this age where we all are somehow interconnected through Twitter, Facebook, and MySpace, along with YouTube, blogger, and podcast, for once public opinion does matter and can provoke change.
Let the MC search till I reach third base. And when I get home, I'ma hit home plate. Wait, could this be considered our first date? Yay, the picture just looks so trash. Your body make a ball of spin.